welcome to EULAR 2019, Day 3 of the Congress. My name's Rheumatology and I'm an academic rheumatology trainee in Liverpool in the UK. Now, today I'm joined by none other than Stephanie Shoop-Worrall, who, if you've been watching EULAR TV, will know is also one of our hosts on this show. But this morning I attended Stephanie's session on a poster tour. She was presenting on her work as an epidemiologist in juvenile idiopathic arthritis. Thank you very much, Stephanie, for joining us. It's very nice to see you with your poster. Do you mind just summarising for us in one or two sentences what your work is about?
Sure, so we looked to see if we could find groups of young people with JIA, and we grouped them in terms of their patterns of disease over time. And you can see we found 6 groups here, and in a quarter of patients they had improvements in inflammation despite really high poor well-being scores.
Thanks very much. Now, at your talk I heard that you have done your work using a cohort recruited from the Childhood Arthritis Prospective Study. Now, as an adult rheumatology trainee, I know very little about this. Do you mind just telling me a bit more about that cohort?
Yeah, of course. So the Childhood Arthritis Prospective Study, or CAPS, forms part of a larger study group called Cluster, which is very exciting and new, and we're doing lots of this new work. The CAPS study is actually the largest inception cohort of JIA globally, so we're very lucky to have this many patients with JIA for such a rare disease.
Okay, yes, great. It sounds very exciting. What were your key findings from your work?
So yes, as I said, we found 6 groups of young people. So we found 2 groups that started with quite low disease. One went to remission and one sort of stayed with low disease over time. We then found 2 groups that started with high disease activity. One went to remission and one went down and then relapsed again. And you can see in all 4 of these groups, their active joint counts, their physician's global assessment and their well-being sort of match up over time. However, in this last group of young people, these 2 groups here, their inflammation improves over time, but they have really high poor well-being scores over time.
Thank you very much, Stephanie, for that explanation. And actually, I really do love your graphs. Thank you for explaining the results there. So what do you feel are the patient benefits that are likely to come out from your work?
So I think this work really highlights that some patients do have poor well-being, and when we looked at these scores, these really match alongside pain and function. So it's really important in terms of patient benefit to consider pain and function separately to disease activity in some cases.
Thank you very much, Stephanie, for taking us through your work and through your beautiful poster. Myself and Stephanie will see you very soon for another edition of EULAR News on EULAR TV. Thank you for joining us.